Hi friends, I have not been feeling well recently, as you can hear from my voice. I'm just gonna take it easy today and make something simple. The weather has been getting really warm recently. I think hitting 34, 35 degrees in the day. So it's been really uncomfortable and everybody around me has been falling sick. So I just want to make something that is chill, is easy, something that I can just throw on a really warm day, especially if I'm working from home. So I'm just going to be making like a lounge set, almost like not a cozy lounge set, more of like a summer lounge set. So it's just going to be like a really breezy top with a very comfy pair of shorts that I can just wear around the house, but also presentable enough for me to just go downstairs and pick up some food or something like that. So it's just gonna be super cozy, super easy, super chill kind of fit. So I drafted this shorts pattern from actually this pair of shorts that I'm wearing right now because I like the fit. So no extra patterns here, just a pair of shorts that I own. This pattern that I've drawn out is without seam allowances, so I am going to draw on the fabric with seam allowances so that I will remember to cut it with seam allowances. So what I did with the pocket situation was that I actually cut out 4 identical pieces, 4 identical pocket pieces, and then out of the 4, I took out 2 and I basically kind of like snipped diagonally across here so that when I do layer the pockets over, you can see that this side is poking out a little bit. So a quick change of plans. So I have just realized that my inner back pocket needs to be straight. So what I've done is, let me bring it in. I actually didn't have enough of this fabric, so I am going to patchwork some remnants that I have. So this is going to be the inner back part of the pocket. So it's just going to be like this. And then the front pocket is just going to be like this. So it's just sticking out slightly, so you can see a little bit of details here. So this is how the front of the shorts will be. And then because I do need a little bit of extension on the side, I am going to be using an extra panel of fabric that I already have, just to kind of like add some more allowance here so that I can use an elastic and it should be able to go up my bum. I just realized that I do not actually have enough fabric for the waistband, so I am going to Frankenstein the waistband. So I have this scrap for the waistband, so I can do front and back waistband. Ignore the pile of mess behind me, but I did forget to mention that I already cut out all the pieces for my top, which essentially they are just all rectangles, so I didn't film it. So I am going to get started with the pair of shorts first and just get the harder one out of the way, and then we'll start with the top. Truth to be told, I have not sewn a pair of shorts since I first started sewing at the beginning of last year. So it's been a year since I sew a pair of shorts. And it feels like a full circle moment. That now I am sewing a pair of shorts completely without any instructions or any videos. Just me and my brain. So I'm just gonna sew up the crotch seam of the front panels, and then I'm going to start working on the crotch seam of the back panels, and then sew the inseam, and then after that I can decide how much side panels I want to add to make it larger so that it can go up my butt. So I've gotten most of the shorts done. I'm just left with the side panels, the waistband and the hem. So I just kind of like need to figure out how much side panels I need. So I think maybe I will just half this fabric, and then we will see whether we actually need this much or maybe even a bit lesser. So I'm just gonna pin it up first, then we will actually decide. Most of the shorts is done, and I've just tried it on and it goes up my hips fine. So right now I'm going to measure out the length of the waist, and then I'm just going to cut out the waistband. The last thing to do is actually to hem the bottom, and I just want to show you what I am planning for the hem. So I did end up buying these two lace trims. So one of it is more like a crochet lace, and the other one is more of like just a lace trim. So I'm still undecided which one I will go for, but the lace trim is a little bit more off-white, and the crochet lace is a little bit more white. Okay, so I have attached the waistband to the pair of shorts. Now I'm just going to top stitch from the outside. I pinned it wrongly, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just going to figure out how to do this. Now the elastic is in, and now lastly I'm going to sew up the hem. So I've changed because I have an appointment later. I basically forgot to film everything else, but basically the shorts is done. I've added the crochet lace down as a detail here. I don't know if you can see. And I also kind of like sewed a stitch down the middle through the elastic so it will not flip. So that's all I have for today, and I will be back tomorrow with the top. So today I will be working on the top, which should be quite fast. The top is actually really simple. It's just going to be a very flowy top with elasticated neckline, and essentially I'm just using two rectangles, front and back panel, and elasticate the neckline area, and then I'm just going to add straps to it. I have pocket pieces as well, so I want to add them to the front panels, and on top of that I also want to do a slight cross stitch design at the top. So I just want to talk through about how I'm planning to get this done. So it's going to be very straightforward. So this part is going to be the neckline, and it's going to be elasticated. So this portion is about 3 cm. So I'm going to sew 3 channels across the entire panel. So this panel is either going to be the front or the back, there is no difference. And then after sewing the 3 channels, I'm going to thread through an elastic band through each channel. So there's going to be 3 elastic band across the whole channel. So I'm done with threading through the elastic on one of the panels. I actually decided to not do any elastic on the top channel because I like how this part is actually ruffling. So I'm just going to keep that. So I'm just going to do the other side now, and then I will start to French seam the side panels and then attaching the straps. I'm going to go wrong sides to wrong sides first, then flip it over and do right sides to right sides. So that's how you get French seam. The top is done, pretty much. I was struggling a little bit with the straps. Oh, this is inside out. So the top is done, and now I've just hemmed it and I've tried it on and it fits perfectly well. And now I want to work on the pockets. So I've done like a quick design on Stitch Fiddle. The original design actually came from Etsy, but it's not like a PDF pattern file. It's a machine embroidery file which I can't use, so I took the design and I put it on Stitch Fiddle and kind of like made a little bit of changes just so that the size would fit better, because otherwise it's actually a little bit too big. It is supposed to go across the top edge of the pocket. And I've also got, this is something that I bought a while back, and I've also bought the, what's this thing called? It's water soluble cross stitch embroidery stabilizer. So it has like tiny holes where you can cross stitch through it, which is the correct way to do it, not what I did in the previous videos.
Measurements and specifications for how I'm creating this pattern. It's essentially just a rectangle for the bottom and like a square for the bodice, and then we're sewing it together and putting elastic channels. So let's get started. Okay.